Now this woman, oh, we got some more, yeah, we got some more there. So this woman actually published my first book of poetry back in 2014. She started this little like independent press called Home Sugar Press. Then it went to Community Arts Inc. But she is a former poet laureate as well as Carol is, and has been an advocate for poetry and the literary arts for many, many years. And I am blessed to know her. I know many of you also are blessed to know Miss Carla Christopher, everybody.
So some of you know me as the person who hosted It's Not the King's English in King's Courtyard Artist Collective for years, and some of you remember me in lingerie performing erotica for the Below the Belt tour, because running a small press, it turns out, is not actually where the big money is. But there are also multiple couples in this room that, as an ordained Lutheran pastor, I have performed your weddings. Through it all, I was always the priestess.
That's right.
I wrote that poem for you.
Speaking in the tradition of Deborah and Mary the Magdalene, I am unashamed, my feminine energy rising with the shofar's sacred intensity, with the musicality of my poetry. I create sacred sound. So I surround you with the incense of praise-raised voices, discarding pretense for joyful noises. The stage becomes my sacred ground. So as I captivate and keep you stilled, I also satiate and leave your spirit filled, because this mic is my sacrifice, and that's what stays killed by the priestess. And so as a lot of the combination of who am I called to be in these various assorted ways of bill paying, that a lot of my work as a community organizer and a social justice pastor and DEI trainer, like I said, justice is a hustle that rarely pays the bills, so you make it work, do we not, baby? Come on. So this one has been performed on the Capitol steps, as well as in church, as well as on poetry and nightclub stages. But I had to bring it back because right now, there are times that too many of the people that we know are going in the street not knowing if they will be able to come back home safe. And this is called a blues for the living. And most of it is actually drawn from excerpts of speeches by Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, in particular, the speech that he gave the night before he was shot and killed. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. See, I have died inside. Again and again and again, I have continued to breathe around the knife. I have wept like a trombone, alone, on a sweat-soaked summer evening, moaning my song over a moonlight-coated Susquehanna. I have broken my back on the long pull of a note, shaped into the sound of a requiem. I have surrendered who I am for what you needed me to be. Mississippi become Gethsemane. Lord, man that I am here, almost, if never wholly, ready. He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, But I want you to know tonight that we, as a people, we will get to the promised land. See, my eyes have seen and my ears have heard the military pulse of a snare drum slapping, the way the lazy sleigh of a tired soul pulled to attention. This is not a protest. This is not an argument. This is determination to be a human. We are determined to be a people. Ley lines stretched beneath oceans, maps drawn in blood. We have carved our dark testament into the cornerstones of all we built for you. The earth trembles in the places continents come together. And one day, all the walls will come down from the shaking. I am saying we are all God's children, and we don't have to live like we are forced to live. We don't have to live like we are forced. We don't have to live. We don't. So, I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. See, I'm going to heal you, said the guitar slide to the slave, and the diddly bow to the sharecropper. Said the saxophone to the slouch pant boy on the corner, unafraid like the strike of piano keys against hardwire. In the smoke you blow skyward is the poetry of a dozen tribes of Africa. And God's children will sing their way into each of the versions of heaven. The kingdom of the Lord, it smells like the ocean with your eyes closed. To return home without getting lost. Go back the way you came and make them call you by your soul's original name. You are a man, dark brother, you are a man. So now let me say as I move to my conclusion that we've got to give ourselves to this struggle until the end. We've got to see it through. And when we have our march, you need to be there. Be concerned about your brother. Because either we go up together or we go down together. But we need all of you. I have seen the mountain, and victory can be found on its golden-wrapped peaks. That's why I say ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Turn me around. Turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Turn me around. Turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on marching. Keep on marching, marching up to freedom land. And one of my shticks to keep sharp was I used to go to all the open mics in Harrisburg and Lancaster and Baltimore. I've seen so many of you, and I would just sit there and write, scrawl in my little notebook, and then I would get up when it was my turn to read, and I'd read something that I had just written. So, since we've moved to cell phones now, this one is less than 24 hours old. It has never been read before. But since I did the religious theme. How many of y'all have seen the movie Sinners?
Yeah.
So in the very beginning, people miss this, right? In the very beginning, the vampires come and they are these clean-cut, Caucasian, lovely-looking siblings that come up to the cabin and they're like, would you let me in? Now mind you, they get invited right into the house. Right after, our Native American sibling comes by and is like, don't let these people in your house, honey. They don't mean you no good. But the door is shut in that face. And so, this is called Sinners. Pray for doors of welcome into my soul. And windows to watch with wary eye for those who approach with hungry smiles and ask to cross the threshold for cups of sugar. We keep garlic and sage, drink holy water from iron dippers to wash away black salt from sprinkling protective fingers around these parts. No sugar today. Spoken clearly through closed windows. That's a gift written in the margin of my family Bible. Ancestral blessings that say, not again. Bless you.